Now it's time to take a look at the stories making headlines around the world, and we're going to start with the big budget cut at the United Nations. The US ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, has announced that the Trump administration has negotiated a $285 million cut in the world body's budget for the next fiscal year. For more on this story, let's turn to our Ro Aram. So, Aram, Washington seems to be making good on its threat to cut funding after the big vote condemning President Trump's recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel.
That's right, Mark. Although Haley did not explicitly say the reason for the budget cut was because of that vote by the 120 countries last week, it certainly does look that way. She made a veiled threat of cutting US funding to the UN before the vote was held and issued a statement on Christmas Eve touting the $285 million cut in the budget as a product of US negotiation. She added that the US will, quote, no longer let the generosity of the American people be taken advantage of or remain unchecked. It is still unclear if the budget savings will come from a reduction in the US contribution to the UN, which is about 22% of the world body's $5.4 billion biennial budget. But Haley's statement did not mention any other member states that may have taken issue with what she called the UN's inefficiency and overspending. There could be more cuts in the future, as Trump's proposed spending budget for next year would end funding for UN climate change programs and also reduce funding to UNICEF by 16%. Trump's threats of cutting contributions to the UN emerged long before the vote to condemn his Jerusalem decision, but tensions have certainly heightened after it. The spokesman, meanwhile, for the UN Secretary-General, Antonio Guterres, said the world body is currently studying the impact of the newly adopted budget numbers and will soon issue a statement on the matter.